Hi, I'm Peter Gross. I'm a member of this wonderful group Silverfish and a participant in this show called AFTERIMAGE. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about the genesis of the uh, of of the ideas for my images in the show. Uh, I think uh, one of the things that a musician sometimes does is, they play the guitar, and then they go out and say, "Oh, here's a banjo. I wonder what a banjo can do. I'm going to go and pick up a banjo and see what I can do with this banjo." So it's a way of kind of expanding things as you pick up a new tool and you go, what could I do with this? And it can excite your imagination and your thought process to play with a new tool. So I bought these things, this thing called a lens ball, which is like a crystal ball, literally a crystal ball, and looked at it and looked through it, and it was a very crisp, sharp image, and but very different. So I began to look through it with a photographic lens, with a camera and a lens, and realized that there was really only one part of the image that could be sharp at any time. So it's like at the very center, and then things sort of faded away in sharpness towards the edge. And when I was first learning about photography, I was very interested in how perception works. That you have this image on the back of your retina that is actually quite different from what we see in our head. So seeing is not a direct thing that what our eyes see, we imagine in our head. There's a whole bunch of processes that go through for us to come up with what we see. And when I was looking through the lens ball, it made me think of the actual image on the back of our retina. That really, there's only one part of the retina that sees very sharply. That's where there's a cluster of receptors. I think it's called the fovea. And we construct an image by flickering our eyes around a scene, and then it all seems sharp, and and we think it's all there, but really at any given moment there's just one little bit that's kind of sharp. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that, and began to look at things that I had looked at before with this new lens, with this new idea, this new way of thinking, and gradually developed a body of images. And then the question was how to show it. And I imagined I wanted to maintain the circular quality to things, and circular is actually a forgotten format for photography. There, you can go back into the late 1800s, and there were people who would make circular images, but it's not something that we normally see now. We're always seeing in little boxes, and so what I ended up doing was creating a little box to put these circular images in, and it's sort of kind of like a drop shadow box or a shadow box kind of thing. And I collaborated with a lovely guy here with the framing, and we went back and forth. He didn't quite understand what I was doing, and then I finally gave him the go-ahead. And when he revealed these images, like, we were both just jumping with joy. It was like fantastic. It was exactly what I wanted. He'd added his own spin on it, and it was just so fun to collaborate with this guy. When we had started with the idea of 2020, one of the key parts of that was vision, 2020 vision. And when we put 2020 together, vision is the way we think about it. So since the beginning of exploring different things for this project, vision and how we see was part of it. And when we got our grant from NB Arts, which was a wonderful, wonderful vote of support for our past work and confidence in our future work, we had suggested that each person was going to push their boundaries and go beyond what they had traditionally done. So, so I had those two ideas, something about vision and something about pushing into another area. So the vision is this ocular looking at retinal images, and the exploration was using this tool that I'd never used before, and it opened up some creative doors.